The idea that R.J. Forrester may have been spending time with the Marone family while he was in Italy carries far more weight than it initially appears, especially given the deeply tangled history between the Forresters, Logans, and Marones. Italy has always been symbolic on the bold and the beautiful, often serving as a place where characters gain clarity, make life-changing connections, or reopen old chapters they thought were closed. If R.J. crossed paths with the Marones during his time abroad, it likely wasn't accidental. It would represent a deliberate step toward understanding a side of his heritage that has long remained in the background. R.J. has always struggled with his identity. As Ridge Forrester's son, he carries enormous expectations tied to Forrester creations, fashion legacy, and family loyalty. At the same time, he is Brooke Logan's child, which means he's also tied to one of the show's most emotionally charged romantic histories. The Marone family sits right at the intersection of that history. Anytime the Marones resurface, it brings back memories of Nick Marone, a man who once represented a powerful alternative to Ridge and Brooke's life. For R.J., learning about the Marone side could feel like discovering a version of himself that exists outside his parents' endless push and pull. If R.J. did spend time with the Marones in Italy, it likely gave him something he's been craving: perspective without pressure. Unlike the Forresters, who tend to pull R.J. into ongoing power struggles and expectations, the Marones could offer guidance without demanding loyalty. That kind of influence could subtly shift R.J.'s worldview, making him less inclined to blindly side with Ridge or automatically support Forrester decisions. Instead, R.J. could return with a more independent mindset, one that values choice over obligation. This potential connection also sets up emotional fallout back in Los Angeles. Brooke may feel conflicted if she learns R.J. bonded with the Marones. On one hand, she might see it as harmless exploration. On the other, it could stir up memories of her past with Nick Marone and reopen unresolved feelings or guilt. Ridge, however, is far more likely to see this as a threat. Ridge has always been deeply insecure when it comes to Brooke's history, and the Marone name alone is enough to trigger that insecurity. If Ridge suspects R.J. was influenced by the Marones, he may worry that his son is drifting away from the Forrester legacy, or worse, aligning himself with a rival family. From a storytelling perspective, this possibility creates long-term story fuel. R.J. returning with Marone connections could lead to new business tensions, unexpected mentorships, or even a revived rivalry between the Forresters and Marones. It also positions R.J. as a bridge between past and present, allowing the show to revisit classic history while moving the younger generation forward. R.J. wouldn't just be Ridge's son or Brooke's child, he'd be someone with a foot in multiple worlds. There's also the emotional angle for R.J. himself. Spending time with the Marones could force him to question whether the path laid out for him is truly his own. Does he want to be molded into another Ridge, constantly caught between ambition and insecurity? Or does he want something different, something shaped by broader experiences and less emotional warfare? Italy may have planted that seed. Ultimately, whether or not the show explicitly confirms R.J.'s time with the Marones, the speculation alone highlights how ripe his character is for evolution. If revealed on screen, this connection could reshape family dynamics, reignite old tensions, and give R.J. a stronger, more complex identity moving forward. It wouldn't just be a callback to the past, it would be a strategic move that opens the door to major emotional and corporate storylines in the future.